Happy Canada Day, everyone. This
Mr.
is General Hand Grenade in the Lion's Den. So, we made a mistake and we switched out the Dutch for the British, but we switched it back though, thanks to the comments that we got on both of our videos. It's always good to have people around to help remind you because there's so many rules for the game, right? Anyway, I just got here and it looks like the Japanese just took over. What did you lose? Like, it looks like you were successful everywhere, but what did you lose?
The only thing is I lost a destroyer. I thought maybe I could take the torpedo boat destroyer as a casualty, but I guess the sub got a hit, so we picked a destroyer. Or could I have done the torpedo boat destroyer as a casualty?
Why not?
Because to attack a sub, you have to be on maritime air patrol, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And you only can bring a destroyer in on that if you want.
And what plane did you bring?
But I did have actually a plane too from a carrier-based aircraft, which
Yeah.
was here. So, did it matter then, or
No, I think you just say.
No, I
it's on
think that
maritime.
was the only attack on you was those two guys.
the two destroyers?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sounds good. Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all that's happened since the last thing was that. You haven't switched out the Polish guys yet?
Not yet. I was gonna wait to do that.
He was going to let you do it while you're trying to take your turn.
No, I can do that.
It's your
You
turn,
can
by the
focus
way.
on his turn once I'm done this.
Britain's going next.
All right.
Oh, and I'll roll the
So yeah, it's
check rolls
Canada
for
Day
Japan.
here, and it's raining like you wouldn't believe. I was gonna be at the lake today, but I'm not. So we're gonna spend all day playing this game. And I'd love to say we do it live for you, but no, I don't like live video. You know, it's like you don't want to be on camera the whole time. You know what I mean? It's just hard to do that. Plus, I find it tedious. Like I've only watched from start to back and maybe 2 live videos. I drift in and out of them, so I don't like them very much. I'd rather just get the highlights. So what are you guys rolling for?
Oh, just the tech rolls. I got one.
Tech, I guess. Can we advance past stage 2 yet?
Yes, we can.
Woohoo.
So here we are. Nope, sorry, we're in January. I forgot, we're not beginning a turn right now. Nope, you can only go to stage 2. It's all right. So what he's talking about here is these things here. Do we want to move them past stage 2? But we can't do that just yet because it's January of 1939. Once we move to July, then we can go past, and that's when we can also use the tech that we've got. We like to roll 1 tech at the beginning of the game. As you can see, Japan, Germany, and Italy. Heavy army for Japan. Good one, guys. You can still use that, you know.
Oh, I know.
The tanks, no, it isn't. Tanks cost the same as everybody else on this one for Japanese. The only thing is you're in a lot of mountains over there, so there's not a lot of blitzing, right?
I see. Gotcha.
But yeah, you can still use them.
Range.
And the Russians, that's who I'm playing today, is the Russians. This, I got Wartime Economy. We all agree that that's the best one you can get because it's straight up cash, son. Just give me some cash. You can make up for all kinds of stuff when you got cash. And so Britain's turn, what did you roll?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Look at you. When nobody's watching, you're supposed to go, I got them all.
Yeah. If only.
6 techs with only 3 factories. So what you doing? Oh, you're moving on to the mainland. We'll see how the Chinese feel about that.
Need 1 militia, 3 infantry.
What's that, sir?
Two horses and a factory, a minor factory. He's switching out the Polish guy right now. Oh, and a torpedo boat destroyer. So Britain's turn is now. Take a look at the British money and everything right here. That ignore the Dutch money. We thought that they had that, but they don't yet. So in France, They just lost all their money. The rascally Germans. You see the Vichy money and the German money. There's the Russians, and the Russians are also controlling the Turks. Yay me. Yeah, but I don't have any Republicans or any communist Chinese. They were negligee in this game. They were wearing negligees. They got beat up too easily. Anzac, FBC, Italy. Take a look at what's happened over here in South America. Nothing if you'd watched the last video, but if you didn't see the last video, we're playing the Latin America war, and America has Brazil, and they have Mexico, and they have Central America, and the Russians, of all people, have Argentina, and Germany has totally sucked big balls when it comes to Latin America. They keep rolling, but they don't get anything. We like the way that they spend their money down there, though, keeping it off the Eastern Front. The Suez Canal change hands. It was Italy that started the war. Italy started the war by attacking the British down here in Africa. You just can't trust them. Anyway, we'll be back later. Okay, so the date has changed. We are into July of 1939, and that means a lot of things are going to change now. The Americans, the Russians, they're all going. They're going to start rolling for income increases, and everybody will be able to research beyond stage 2. As you can see, everybody is all the way at stage 2, except for the last ones. Plus, we get to use our weapons. So these things here are on the board. Like the the Germans right now on their turn, they could have bought jet fighters. Did you buy any jet fighters?
Not yet.
Oh, look at you. So these guys already started rolling. Bring you down in here. He's paid $5 his turn, and he's going to implement the Africa course. So you see the brown units back here in Germany. They're going to be heading down to Africa. But right now he's taking Poland. It's kind of weird to have Poland full strength against against the first German attack. I mean Poland as a British color and not as a Polish color. So he took you or what?
Yep.
And he lost 2 mechs?
2 mechs and infantry.
2 mechs and an infantry. Well, see, I like that because I'm Russian. Everything he takes off is one thing less that can kill a Russian. You're a good boy, Dan.
Good. I paid something.
I give you a treat.
So Britain's income goes down by 1, and Germany's income goes.
Did you place a new German transport?
What do you mean, place one? No,
Like for the Africa Corps?
no, because I don't need to. That's what he said.
Oh, but
It's through Lenry's path.
oh, I thought that they get one though, as part of the thing.
Oh, I don't
I'll
know.
look at that. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I don't know if
I'll-
I get one or not. But
I'll look for it. So, and you tried to influence Peru and you didn't get it right.
And I failed Peru. Yes.
And did you do anything on technology?
Yeah, we moved up. I think 2 or 3 spots. Improved factories went up.
Oh yeah.
Advanced submarines went up. And everyone else. Did you move the income already? For
Yeah. So the Germans have moved up
Okay.
to the 3rd stage on improved factories. They got lots
So
of
that's good. So this plane has to
lots
fly
of
back.
dice and lots
Here.
of.
And the
Same
African
with the
Corps will do
Americans.
after that.
I think the Americans are up to 6 dice for their
So let's do this one.
for theirs. Now they can start rolling beyond there. It sure makes a difference in this game, version 3, because you're getting the dice. You're not paying for them, right? So you're not choosing. Okay, well, am I going to put that militia down or am I going to take a tech roll, right? Like you're getting tech rolls, and so I think there's going to be more tech in the game because of that. So Germany's just taking their time. I'll show you what this is what the Germans bought here. All this crap right here. And then it's going to be the Russian and Turkish turn. So Turkey is still not at war, so they're only getting $1 a turn. So they're going to buy a mountain infantry. The Russians, this is the first turn that I can buy tanks. They're going to buy a tank and an artillery and 2 dudes. Plus they've got their tech rolls to do. They're not going to try to influence down in Latin America. I think that I was feeling pretty lucky about getting Argentina. I don't think I need to get much more than that. I'm going to let those guys fight over the rest of it.
So gay. Okay.
But
So,
what I have
ahead.
done, oh, you know what, I
Should
should
we
take
take
that one thing
the,
off. I forgot, I
airborne?
started building a light carrier, so what I think I'll do is I'll take this off
Infantry.
and I'll move my light carrier up to place unit space here. Because then I've got a mobile,
0, 2
then
days.
I've got a mobile Navy, right? I've already got a transport down here. And I'm gonna place the carrier down here. And I've got a couple of fighters or a tactical bomber. I can land on them. Then I can leave here, right?
1 hit, 2
Or
hits.
wait and build another transport.
And I got
It depends on how long it's gonna take to get through to the Russians, because I could have lots of time before I get attacked, right? We'll see. I'm really happy that the Germans didn't go after this space here, because I couldn't have got out if he'd done that. If he'd done that, then those ones would have become British, and then I'm sealed in down at the bottom. But he didn't see that down there, so lucky me, I get to bust out of there. Otherwise, until I get on a transport, there's not many places I could go. I suppose I could start going up here. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Anyway, so we'll be back a little while later. Since we saw you last, now we've just turned to 1940, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, January 1940. So Japan, in all their belligerence, has decided to attack the Aussies. I don't know why, because the Aussies are nice people. But Japan, they're just clearly not nice. They're just, Anyway, so, but they did not get the capital. The Aussies are still alive. And as far as I'm concerned, and the Americans are concerned, the Japanese are distracted. So, what else is going on? FEC started to flex its muscles a little bit. It's actually attacked a few things. So it attacked a boat out here and took over Siam. How come there's a Japanese dude on Siam? I thought you took him.
He's hiding in the forest, soon to be killed.
Kill him! So that's not worth anything though, is it?
$1.
Wasn't there supposed to be a Siamese torpedo boat destroyer?
There was, but it ended up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that. And the Germans, they tried to attack
Western Poland, and they did.
No, down here. They tried to attack the British, but they were unsuccessful. So that's the only thing that happened in the Middle East there. Maybe Russia. Yeah, the Russians came down there and took the two territories that they could. You can see Germany and Italy both have markers on eastern Cairo there. So there's the Italians over there. And the Germans, I guess they've only got one guy left there?
Well, they're actually,
because they're attacking the
attacking.
British there, yeah. Okay. So there's those guys. The French are doing pretty well. That Abyssinia turned out really well. Being able to keep that. It's too bad that the British had lost that, because you can imagine how strong they'd be in here right now if they hadn't lost that to the Italians so early. The Mediterranean's got tons of boats, but they're only Axis boats or boats that are not at war with them. So they control the Mediterranean there. Nothing else has happened in South America. We just rolled it again, and again we got a repeat. It's the one where the Japanese sub goes down, so we put another Jap sub down. I don't like that. I think that you should have to re-roll the random events table until the end of the game, but these guys want to play it where you can keep getting the same one over and over. So we're probably only going to use maybe 3 or 4 of them the whole game, if that. The Americans, I don't think, have done much over here. I know they put down a couple of boats on the end over here, or actually they moved along the carrier. And why are the Japanese carriers on the board?
Because they're at war with
They
major
no,
power.
well, I think they have to be at war with the Americans, isn't it?
If that's how it is, I mean, that's fine. They
We'll
can
see,
go
we'll
back
see,
on
yeah.
that.
Okay. And the Americans haven't done much. They've done a lot of land leasing. That's why they're not built up much. But their income, because Anzac there got attacked, the Americans got to roll 5d12. And look at their income there. It's up at 55 right now. Did you roll your income, Dan, just now?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
A
A
one.
1. Geez, with the Russians, I rolled a 1 as well. Look at the Russians. They're so far away from getting into this war. Everybody's into the war. The Americans are probably 1 turn away. And the Russians are nowhere near going to war. The good thing, of course, is that the Germans don't seem to be interested in them at all. If they were amassing along that border over there, then the Russians would be in trouble because of the very small amount that they've had to put units on the board with. You know, like they greased the Turks to get them, plus once or twice down in South America. So they spent money on rolls, right? And that doesn't leave a whole lot left for units. This is what I bought for next turn. It's the German turn right now. That's what's going down for the Russians. There are a couple of artillery, a tank, and a couple of militia. But they don't, like, you look at them, they just don't have much on the board because they haven't been able to purchase much. Those guys down there are guards. We're playing with the elite of the Soviet Union. But that's the only attack they've done that they could put guards on the board for. Let's walk around over here. The Germans haven't been too interested in the Battle of the Atlantic to this point. So there hasn't been a lot, there's been a lot of convoying in the game, just not in the Atlantic. It's been a weird game that way. Oh, is he going sea lion? He is. He's going sea lion. How many transports you got?
I don't think he's sea lining.
Yeah, he is. Look at it. He's going after this.
With an airborne, I think.
You've got a transport there too, you know.
Mm-hmm. I could actually.
Put down like 63 infantry.
Yeah.
That's a huge transport. Use one of those ocean liners.
You know, you bring up a.
You could probably put a bunch of guys in that Hindenburg too.
It's true.
I like these tiny little Corvettes, eh?
Actually, a good point.
Actually, you don't have guys on the border though. This guy here is about the only guy. I mean, on the
Well,
water.
I'm planning the attack of Lithuania, but I might actually want to change that. London could.
Unless you have guys in here because you've got to go through this sea zone, right?
Yeah.
If you have guys in western states that you had moved.
That's okay. I bought some Marines.
So who are these guys?
So these guys right here are going and attacking Poland. I just moved them out in the ocean like you do sometimes.
I see.
Yeah. This guy.
Everyone wants to be like General Haggerty.
Most of the
Tell
time.
it's time to mow the lawn, then no, you can do that yourself.
Maybe.
What will the Germans do? And who killed Mary Lou?
You know what? I'm going to change my plans.
He's changing. One of the odd things that happened here was that none of the French units were on a country that went Vichy. So the Vichy did not get any units. And Germany does not trust them or something because they haven't lend-leased them one yet. Germany's the only country that can lend-lease to the Vichy. So it's just free France against nobody, really. Against a bunch of white chips on the board. So we'll come back in a bit. Okay, so he just decided that Scotland isn't big enough. He's going to go after London. First he's got to clear the sea zone down there. So, we're doing the sea battle right now. And your ships are still on there and yours are over there?
Yeah, these are mine on board. Okay, so we have, this is kind of cocked, but we'll get back to that. For the fighters, we got a 3. So we have 1 hit on the fighter, 1 hit on the tack. So that's 2 hits. Light cruiser is a gray. I would call that probably a hit, so that's 3. That one is also a hit, so that's 4. And I think that's it. Yeah, 4.
What's the black?
Black is, the blacks are the coastal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got 3 hits.
You got
No,
3
2
hits?
hits.
2 hits or 3 hits?
2.
2. Okay, I'll take these
And
guys.
you lose 4 over here.
Yeah. I'll keep the,
I'd lose the French guy.
yeah, of course.
Okay. Did you remember to roll 4?
Yep.
So both of these guys probably, eh? Oh, there's 3 of them.
Let's keep the heavy cruiser.
Oh, this is a coastal defense ship.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, right.
So what do you got left for boats?
Okay, so I shouldn't even move these. So I have taken off these and these.
What do you got left for boats?
I got 2
Coastal
subs,
defense.
destroyer, light cruiser, and then the planes still.
All of the planes?
All the planes. Yeah.
Nope.
And I got
Probably.
hit. Yeah.
You got them?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is off. Okay, now we're going after the land. We got the coastal bombardment. What do you got for them?
Right here. So coastal department are those ships there.
So a 4 and a 3?
And these planes will have to fly back. So just put them here for now. We'll figure it out later. They're all 3. And so yes. So now we have the.
That's what's going into the land right there.
We have.
Plus there's already a... Is there a false meter? I thought there was.
Yes, there is. Yeah,
Where?
I put them down here.
Where? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Transport on the tank. So the tank is not involved in the battle until the second.
And what is this, a medium bomber?
No, that's the air transport that's bringing them in.
Okay. So you didn't bring in any air support?
I couldn't reach. Nothing could reach
To London, okay.
from where
Gotcha.
I was.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, that's if we did, it'd be a different story. But
So Dan has got 2 militia, an infantry, and a strategic bomber.
Okay, so let's do. We need coastal defense. So the gray's got to be 3 or less, and the battleship's got to be 4 or less. It's kind of cocked, both of them, but what do you want to do?
The 8 it looks solid. Let me look
Yeah,
at
it probably would have been an 8, so probably both misses. Okay.
Okay. So
Back.
now
Now.
your dudes will attack at 2, and the Fallschmiger.
Fallschirmjäger still attacks at 3, doesn't he?
-1 per city.
Regardless? Yeah.
No, I get +1. Sorry. Your stuff's all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's this. So that looks like that.
So 2 at 2 and 1 at 3.
Well, but the tank doesn't attack yet, does it?
Nope. How are you getting the tank across?
On the transport.
You got 2 dudes, don't you?
You get him? Get me?
Oh, I see.
3 hits.
You got 3 hits? Well,
4 hits if, well, I got 2 hits times 2.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that's done.
Well, you got yours now.
Yeah.
Roll your guys.
Aren't they wiped out? They're not
No,
Marines?
no.
No?
He should.
Well, they are wiped out, but
You're supposed to. You're actually supposed to roll first.
Oh.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, then we will do that.
But rolling at the same time is.
Does the tank come in?
That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so then
So
we just
the
got 2
tank
hits.
can't get hit.
So they're both at 2 then?
Oh,
Or-
one's at 2, one's at 3.
One's at 2 and 3? Okay. So let's do that. Orange is
Riddle
at
them
2,
with bullets.
green is at 3. And we got 1 hit.
Militia.
Okay. So, London is saved. But the boats are done.
The boats are done, and the planes will fly back. All of them can fly back to the nearest airbase.
Well, that was something.
So we'll go to Paris. This one can go back here. So, a failed sea line, but not the end.
Got any other attacks
Oh yes.
down there?
Yep. No, up here in Europe still.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This guy. Actually, I could probably fly back here.
We'll quit flying stuff around if you still got more attacks.
Well, I just want to return the planes, just so we don't forget. Okay, so let's do Poland.
Warsaw?
Yes.
Where are you attacking them from?
Well, they were actually all coming from here, so the river's going to come into play, and the city. But I guess you can't do both, so it doesn't really matter, right? It's just one or the other.
Yeah, it would be like, I think you probably want to use the city, hey, Dan?
Yeah.
Like there's a city and a river, right? For him, it should be -1 for the river and for you +1 for the
Yeah.
city? Yeah, okay,
I
there
use
you go.
both, right? Because they don't stack.
Yeah. But can you do that though? What I just said? Do both of them?
Let's see.
So go ahead and roll.
I have 2 or 3 militia clean.
Oh. Actually, yeah, I guess the Donetsk was already there. It doesn't matter though. That was right.
Okay, here it is right here, River City. The river would provide -1 to the attacker on the first round, and the city would provide +1 to the defender on all rounds. Okay?
So -1 for all my land units?
On the first round, yeah.
Okay.
And that's target selection on a 1, right?
For your infantry class guys, yeah.
Okay.
Not for your fighter.
Fine.
I need you to stuff this attack for me. You didn't kill those tanks, but now you can redeem yourself. You gotta help out your Russian friends.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. So green, we have a hit. Another hit.
Would you like me to re-roll that too? Or are you saying it's
And we got.
No, the 2 looks good.
So we got 2 hits.
2 hits?
Yep.
Fighter?
2 hits
Fighter?
each?
2 hits each.
Oh, I got 3 hits.
But you got 3 hits?
Yeah.
Okay, you take 3 off.
Okay.
And you take 2, Dan. So I guess the militia, right?
Yeah.
And an infantry, because it's just an infantry
Did
and a
your
fighter.
fighter get a hit?
My fighter did get a hit, yes.
Okay, so fighter dies.
Does your fighter get a hit?
No.
Okay, so the dude stays and the fighter goes, right?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Okay, so
Oh, well.
let's remove the yellows.
Go, Dan, go!
And where's my green? Just put it in. So 3. Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you can kill those tanks.
Actually, so everything moves up? No, or it moves up now? One?
Yeah, you guys are at regular now.
Okay.
But his are still at +1.
Oh,
1 hit, 2 hits,
Okay.
3 hits.
yeah, got it.
Okay,
No,
so-
and no hits?
No hits, no.
Okay.
So, that is going to become German. You need a German factory in there too.
2, 4.
And that's worth 1.
Worth 1, yep.
So, down 1 for the Brits.
That was a 1.
Up 1 for the Germans.
And now this battle here, we got 2 mechs and 2 armored into Slovakia.
Ooh. And I defend at +1.
Slovakia is mountains.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Why do you defend a +1?
Mountain. Or is he -1?
No, he's -1.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You're not riding a cavalry, you're riding a belly goat, eh?
Yeah.
Right.
+5.
Yep. And I got you.
Did you get a 2?
I got 3, so no?
Nope. Oh. Okay. So this dude is off, along with this marker.
And that's number 1 for Germany.
Yeah. Up 1, down 1. Hit the markers. Okay.
Now this one, I'm taking Romania, but I'll switch that over when I'm done my turn.
You taking Romania?
Yep, I'm moving in there, so you got your free
Okay.
die roll.
Well, let's go down here and roll the dice for.
But Dan, let's do trans.
So he's
Probably
taking
your
a territory that borders on the Russian home country. There, he's taking the yellow guys, right? He's annexing them, so that
I'll
means
give you your.
I get a 1d12 added to my income, and it's an 11. Crowd goes wild. As he more than doubles it. All the way up to 20.
Oh,
20. Liking that. Let's hope my other recruitment roll goes good. Or, I mean, sleeping bear roll. What you doing?
attacking Transjordan
Ah.
fighter.
Man, there's just a huge battle going on over the Middle East.
So this guy is for that.
The Southern Africa, they're solidly in control of the Allies. But North Africa, the Mediterranean, are in control of the Axis.
So all the units are down.
And the Middle East has been both back and forth over there. But you can see there's just tons of allies
But
down
does
there.
artillery get first strikes?
And then
Yes, I
the
noticed
Axis up here,
So we'll
like
just-
there's the Italians right there that are in Egypt.
But I'll roll this guy first
But
because
the
I'm
Germans,
doing a land assault with this too, so I get bring
like
him.
the brown guys there, you see, those are the Africa Corps.
So battle
So the
cruiser,
Germans.
I need a 3 or less, and I got a 1. So.
So that's it?
Nope, I just killed
Oh,
one
there-
of these guys.
oh,
with
okay,
a
I thought there was only
retail
one there.
roll.
Right, so if your vehicles roll a 12, they retreat down.
Okay,
It's just
Are you in the desert?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so this guy should be, yeah, because they're all paired up with that guy, but that guy goes
Yeah.
down, right? Because
So
they're paired up with the
Who
artillery.
is landing?
This guy was the one landing.
Okay.
So
But
that's,
should they be -1 for going into the desert too?
Oh, nice one.
Those dudes are at 2.
well,
Thanks.
but they get paired up with the artillery, so they go
Oh,
back down
okay,
again.
okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
Oh, jeez, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, give me a second. Let's just roll this all up.
What happens when you roll before the guy?
Yeah.
Supposed to let the attacker roll first.
And yellow. Yep. We got a hit on the plane. We have a 3. I don't know. if
You got
we have any
the
other hits.
yellow 4.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. So just 1 hit. So now I roll 2 dice.
I rolled and did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But now you're just rolling 2.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, second battle. Yep. So this guy. No, everything stays the same. That's right, because of the desert. Okay.
Did you lose another guy though?
I didn't lose anything.
I lost
Okay.
a bishop.
No, he lost 1, so he's at 2.
One.
You got dick.
I got dick all. So we'll take this guy off the black dice.
Oh. No.
Hits. Hit.
Nope. Nope.
And nope.
Just
Got
one.
1 hit.
The green
hit.
2 is a hit.
Just the 1 hit. Yep. And what you got?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so we're down to 1.
Dick.
Well, actually, should I re-roll this one or what? Because
Your-
it kind of looks like with
your
rolling
artillery
3.
hit, so it's fine.
Oh, did the artillery hit?
Yeah, two.
Oh, 2. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Nope.
That's okay. So I just lost 1 guy there.
So, now the Middle East seems to be done.
Supplies back here. This here. So that's Britain's down 1, Germany's up another 1.
So we get a little bit closer there. Lots of stuff down here.
And then I gotta change Romania. So you guys just changed these battles here. That's all you did. But you did not do Romania and did not do Transjordan,
I
correct?
didn't change anything.
No, I did those, but I haven't done the income for Romania
Okay.
because they weren't changed yet, and I haven't done the income for Transjordan.
Okay. I see Britain goes down 1 for Transjordan.
This guy needs to put his khakis on. This black guy,
Yeah, he probably
he's too hot in the sun there.
can.
Now this thing I hear is up here, right?
No, that artillery came in with the attack.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And this thing is what?
Yeah, so
I
I'll
do,
do-
yeah. Let's go with that.
can I have that marker back again?
There you go.
Perfect.
For the Romanians.
I'll change these units.
What is that, worth 3?
$3, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus a bonus too.
Worth 11 to me.
Stay. And that doesn't matter, so we'll change those out. That's done. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my non-combat movements. Any rail movements?
Okay, so he's gonna do non-combat. I'm gonna take my turn and I'll keep you along for the ride. Cause I already know what I'm gonna do. Takes me through sitting here for like 3 hours before I can take a turn. And my turn only lasts 2 minutes, so. Okay, so this is what I bought. I showed you that earlier. Now, let's take a look. I haven't left myself with a lot that I can attack. Unless I was to go for Finland. But the problem with going for Finland was we didn't do the Molotov-Ribbentrop, so as soon as I attack this, and even like I'm not even in a position to do that, but as soon as I attack it, then the rest of the stuff goes German. So I don't really want to do that, right? It would have been nice if I could have attacked Norway or Sweden, but I'd have to go through these guys, or I need a transport, which I don't have. So I'm not really in a position to attack too much here. I could do another border clash, which I did last time, and I want to eventually set up to go into Mongolia because there's some money I can get right here. But I don't want to just take one of them because that gives the other one to the Japanese, and then I can't attack them, right? Because I can't declare war on Japan. So I need to get more guys in here so that I can get both of these out when I go to attack it. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed that way, right? I can't get the other guy. So, not much left to do except for the border skirmishes. So I'm going to do that. And before I do that, though, I've got my technology rolls.
And
Let's
your
just move
wartime
this.
economy.
And my wartime economy and my sleeping bear. So let's go for the sleeping bear first. It is another 11. The crowd goes wild. Woo! Okay, so I'm going for advanced artillery, heavy armor, and long-range aircraft. Heavy armor, I only need one more. So advanced artillery, I need a 7, and I got a 10. Excellent.
Heavy armor?
Heavy armor, I need a 8, right? And I got a 9. And long-range aircraft, I need a 7. And I got a 1. So I'm pretty happy with that. While I'm over here, I might as well roll. I have, what tech is that?
Wartime?
Wartime economy. So I get to accumulate, oh wait a minute, it's 2d6, isn't it?
I forget.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna roll it afterwards, okay? Yeah, so, here. Okay. Yes, it's 2d6. I'm just looking at the sheet there. So I'm gonna roll that. Might as well. Get the black dice out. $5. Okay. So an extra $5 for the Russians this turn. And you put my income up? Good. So the only things I want to do, I've got, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing down. And I'm going to put this thing over here. Here, you guys all get out of here. This guy's over here, this guy's over here. This is yours.
Yeah, I will change them in a second. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here, I'll just put them over here. Okay, so this is going down. This is going over. These guys are coming from the med. And then all of these things. Let me just check something out here. Okay, so These guys are gonna need to go on the boat then, because that's not the same sea zone. Okay. So what I've done here is I've moved, oh, let's take this battle cruiser here as well, because the Turks are controlled by the Russians, although right now they're playing as an independent country. So I've moved all these guys into here, right, where that square is down there. And the strait does not stop me because I own the strait. So that's not going to stop me from getting out of there. It does stop everybody else from coming in though. Now, if I could convoy somebody, I would, but I can't, so these things are doing nothing. I've pretty much moved everybody around, except for I wanted to get some people up to Mongolia there. But that's a non-combat move. So let's go ahead and do the border conflict. I've got an artillery, an infantry, and a cavalry. Let's go at it. That's you, Panzer King.
What am I defending?
So I get my artillery first, and I'm going. Actually, there's no nothing going down, right? So that's at 3. That's a miss. And then I got a dude at 3, and no, they're all at 3, I guess. So I got all misses. Now you get to shoot back.
Cavalry? Is that what you're attacking?
Yeah, the cavalry. Yeah.
Okay. And I got a 1.
A 1? Bastard. Okay. I'm gonna take this guy off. No, I'm gonna take this guy off. Okay. Now, non-combat moves. I'm gonna bring the tank over here to this spot. That's a medium tank, by the way. And I'll bring an infantry over as well. There we go. So that's my rail capacity. I've moved 2 things on the rail. And I can't see doing much more than that. Although, I think if I'm playing an independent Turkey, then Turkey's allowed to declare war on the Germans, aren't they? Without that affecting the Russians?
I'll have to look into that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I haven't bothered this turn, okay. So that's what we're doing. So now it's going to be Japan's turn. So Sydney is under attack again. All they have is a militia, advanced, mechanized, and motorized infantry there. And they're coming in with 2 Marines, Special Navy Landing Force, and a regular Marine.
Yeah, so cruiser, heavy cruiser miss, so just 1 hit.
Okay.
So 1 hit, so the militia, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And
So you don't get a militia now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marines.
See, I had you already set up over here.
And where?
Right where you've changed everything.
Yeah.
What, these guys?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The SNL is 1 up higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're down 1 for mountains.
Down from, and same with the infantry?
Yeah.
And then the basic infantry is down 1. Okay. Okay. Misses.
Misses.
Okay.
No longer on the first round.
2 hits.
Do these go up again? Or
No.
are they all down 1?
It's a mountain city, right?
Is it a mountain border or a mountain territory? It's only a mountain border, so it's only the first round, I believe. Well, it's hard to say because the roundel is in the mountains.
It doesn't matter, they were missed. So we got 2 hits?
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna. Oh, should carry on.
You can take the regular dude because it's not the first round, right?
Yeah.
Regular dude and a Marine?
But it doesn't matter, they're still down because they can't go up. They're not cities. But I have the Marines. Well, I guess no, exactly, so I can take. But I had 2 hits though, so. Whatever, let's keep going.
Thanks.
Might get lucky. No, thanks.
That's what I'm hoping for. Was in the waste all his guys.
I got a miss.
Yeah, let's try again. Yes.
Miss.
Yes.
Hit.
Damn. Well, what are you rolling? Oh,
Fives.
the what's that?
Advanced mechanized.
Oh, okay, that's right, sorry.
So I think that's down to 1.
Yeah. Well, miss.
Miss.
Give me some luck with you now. Oh, you hit now.
Nope.
Cox, what should I do? 2, 1, 4.
Well, depends what I roll.
Yeah.
Up to you.
No, it's just re-roll it again. Yes, anyways. Okay, let's roll again.
Nope.
Yes, Jesus. Alright.
Nope.
That 3 is yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. No. Good try.
Okay.
Good try. Okay. Sorry, you still filming?
Oh, yeah, no.
So, you didn't make it or what?
Nope, lost again.
All these guys are dead?
Yep.
Sweet. So all these boats are in here then. As far away from me as they can get. Couple of transports. And then you got this attack right here going against the sub.
Yeah,
Yep.
that and Siam and a few others.
Okay, so I was looking up on the terrain thing there. Now this roundel here is definitely located in the mountains. That means it's a mountain territory. It's not just a mountain border. If the roundel had been over here, then it would have been mountain border.
Okay, so we got fighter and so yes, fighter and a destroyer. Yep. Gotcha.
Missed.
So that's the Anzac sub-boat.
So I'll go back there. These 2 I still have available for non-coms.
So what else you got? Sign him?
So Siam's the next major one. So we got attack and a fighter.
Do you have land shots? No?
Yes, actually I do. I have a cruiser and a light
Light cruiser.
So let's just roll that.
It's a 2 and a 1, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So cruiser is yellow, light cruiser is gray.
No, yeah.
Got it. Hit.
Look at you.
Yeah, but losing in the wrong places doesn't help.
So that's
That's worth 1.
that's not worth anything.
Oh, it's not worth it.
Okay, you just need a Japanese roundel, that's it.
Okay.
Could you? I think I may have gone up on it 1 by mistake then.
No, I don't think so. When we looked at it earlier, when you were
Okay.
attacking it, we said no, it's not worth anything.
Okay.
Cool. All
Can
right.
toss this over into the dead pile.
Yep.
On that side.
And I'll change
Sounds like a good
these.
movie. The Dead Pile. Looks like we're just going to get this round in today, and then that'll be the end of it. But so Great Britain's turn.
Yep, yours.
I don't think he's got anything else, any more attacks. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to be doing non-combats and stuff and placing units. So.
So the big Allied turn comes now, where the 3 British factions go, and then the French, and then the Italians go, and then the Americans and KMT go. KMT's just waiting for somebody to attack China, but nobody will, because they can evolve to a major power if that happens. But it hasn't happened yet. Because they have all of the zones up there. Alright, let's move on. I don't think there's much more to see, nothing else happened anywhere else. Okay, so Dan's got his attacks all set up here for the Commonwealth. First thing he's gonna do is go after the sub down here. And he's got it.
Missed.
And the sub missed, so that sub's dead. Deader than a doornail.
Let's do the Italian sub over there.
Yep.
So we got the Italian sub right here. What's he got? He got a fighter on air, combat air patrol, and
Destroyer.
where's oh, he used this guy?
Yeah, I have at least one.
This destroyer?
Yeah.
You're in a different territory here.
No, I moved that to that one. It's just.
Oh, they're up here. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead. So 1 at 6, 1 at
3. 1 at 4.
Yep.
Got him.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So do you want to lose the destroyer?
Yes, please.
Okay. And this guy's up here. There you go.
Fair trade, my coastal sub. Let's do.
You've got this one over here in Iran as well.
Oh yeah.
Southern Iran.
Mountains attack at 3, or just attack at 2.
I don't think the Gurkhas are up. I think we're just regular mountain infantry. Take a look at your FEC sheet there. Haven't used a Gurkha yet, so. But I think that's what it is, though. I think it's just a mountain infantry regular numbers.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So you got 2 at 2 and 1 at 7. Okay, it's 1 at 4.
Got the 7.
Got the what? 7, yeah. Miss.
So there's another one. So the FEC goes up 1.
Up 2.
Up 2, sorry, yep. And the Germans go down 2.
Okay, let's do this big thing.
Spending a hell of a time over here. Let's go this way now.
Just watch this. It's gonna come out. Okay, what's next?
English Channel.
Good.
Oh, we got a big fight coming on here. The German Navy that went after London is going to face its reprisals now. Did you go for the strategic bombing raid?
Oh, not yet. I guess I could do that.
Oh,
Let's do
okay.
it later.
So you're going to do the strategic bombing right now?
No, let's just do this one.
Okay.
Yellow's battleship, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. We got lots of stuff going on here. Big stuff. Russia loves that. When they're not rolling for big stuff and everybody else is.
And blue is heavy cruiser, right?
Correct. Don't forget the medium bomber.
Yeah.
All right, ready to go.
Because the medium bomber is different than TAC. It doesn't have the
Oh yeah. Target selection.
the targeted move. Yep. Okay, so here we go.
That seems.
You don't have any fighters to,
Intercept, yeah.
well, no, not intercept, but count against your fighters. Looks like a pretty good roll.
6 hits.
6 hits. Holy
Not a hit,
shoot.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that? Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, and the red set? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's everybody. Well, not really. I mean, I'll take the damage battleship as 1 hit and bring it down here. Well, I'll roll first. Okay, so as usual, a lot. Oh,
Got 1 for the
One.
white one. 1 for the green
2
one.
hits. 2 hits. I think just 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Typical. So I'll take that.
So Dan loses 2.
I'll go battleship down by. No?
Yeah.
You don't have any destroyers there, did you?
I did.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that just leaves me with my battleship.
I'll take the sub.
Alrighty. Use your sub dice then. This should be a foregone conclusion.
Hopefully.
He's gonna roll 100 dice against your battleship. Sink the Bismarck! And the Bismarck is sunk.
And somebody else is sunk too.
Bad you can't use the Corvette.
Too bad. Wouldn't that be great?
There we go. That was a good attack, Dan. You still have a Navy left.
We'll see how it is next turn.
Yeah. Well, he's only got 3 boats left, and one of them, no, it's not. Is it a transport?
Nope, there's no transports.
What the hell is that boat then?
Which one are you looking at, sorry?
The black one there in the Baltic Sea.
There's a destroyer, there's a light cruiser, and a sub.
That's a destroyer. Must be HPG one, right?
Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking it didn't look like a German one from the other. Okay. See, now if you and I were at war, I'd be spanking that Navy right about now.
Which Navy?
This one right here.
Yes, I know you would be.
You're just lucky.
I just like it.
I got 100 submarines in there.
All right, let's do some strategic bombing.
Yeah, so you got 1 at 3 and he's got 1 at 1
Yep.
for the intercept. And that goes first.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, then you're going after a facility, right? So then he's got 1 with his anti-aircraft gun.
Is that 1 at
At
3?
3? Yeah.
Ugh.
Hit.
You still roll though.
9.
$9. $9 off the factory.
But the bombers go bye-bye.
Yeah. Wow. What are you using for counters? Just the chips?
I got it. I think it's
Okay.
space them out everywhere. But I think we'll just use
Do you have any of those head things? The orange ones?
I do, but they're spread out, so I'll just use these orange ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Only fighters can scramble, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to switch these.
I think that's something new. 'Cause I don't remember that from before,
And
but I remember.
where was
seeing
it? Western Germany?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. This court act. Yeah, that's different in this game where the compared to Axis and Allies, where the guy still gets to drop his payload even when he gets shot down because he's already started his bombing run. Whereas if the fighter would have shot him down, then he hadn't started the bombing run yet, and he wouldn't have got to drop the bombs. He can only go 1.
Yeah.
So Dan's just finishing off his turn now. Did you do anything with the Aussies?
No,
The
no.
attackers? No? Nothing with the Canadians? I guess they were in on this one. And they took out that guy down there. Yeah.
Not you do your thing.
Okay, we'll come back when, probably when the Italian turns on. So Italy, who is a verifiable giant in this game, unbelievably, a beast if you will, is going after the British Navy that's out here. And there's nothing here right now because they're setting it up on the battle board, but this is the contested zone right here. And what you got there?
Okay.
Lots of stuff, right? How many boats you got, Dan?
Okay, 6.
6 boats, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 to 6, I believe.
8 boats and 2 planes, yeah. Now, you have 1 destroyer, right? 2. 2, okay. But does that negate the 4 subs? Is it 1
Yes,
to
it
1?
does. No, it's not 1 to 1.
Okay.
He has a destroyer. So that's where he's going. Let's just take a look around while we're getting ready there. So Italy has all of North Africa. So Morocco, Northern Algeria, Tunisia, Tripolitania, Cyrenaica, the city there, what's this one? This is Tobruk, isn't it? Yeah. Tobruk, Western Egypt, Cairo, also known as Eastern Egypt, and this one down here. So all of North Africa for the Italians. Plus they have Cyprus up there. Only German and Italian boats, except for this one submarine here, the blue submarine.
Missed there, typical Italians. Right, it's a miss. Miss. 1 hit for the sub. I think that's it. 2 frickin' hits. What'd you get?
3.
Okay.
2 hits to 3. So you're taking the coastal subs off and
The torpedo boat destroyers.
torpedo boat destroyer, okay.
Let's hope for something.
What are you
better.
losing, Dan? Sub?
Destroyers.
Just 2 destroyers?
Yep.
Okay, finally got a hit on the battleship. Hit on the tactical bomber. Now, is that target selection being
Yeah,
three?
1 to 3 it is.
So I got a target selection on the tactical bomber.
Yeah. The 2 is probably a hit.
2 hit on the fighter. And I think that's probably it. So that's just 3 more hits, it looks like. Yes.
3 hits, but one of them's targeted. So what do you want to take off and go take a look there?
So these 2 are gone?
Yep.
Okay, let's take off. I guess it doesn't really matter. Coastal defense ship against whatever. It's all the same.
Alright, how many more hits?
And then 2
Two
more
more.
straight 3 hits.
And how many did you get, Dan?
3.
You got
So-
3 on me too? Okay. I'll take 1 on the battleship, damage it. And 2 more. Good. And what do you got left?
Carnage is piling up.
Nice.
You've only got 1 boat left?
Yep.
So here we go.
Okay, so black
Gonna wipe out that 1 boat.
Gotcha.
Even if he misses, the waves would be so high from all the shells hitting the water that it'll probably swamp his boat.
So did you get me?
No, I did not.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. These will all fly back.
So,
That Navy's gone.
here we go.
So this can go 2. We'll take both no. Or actually, should go here. So there it is. Okay, and now some non-combat movements.
Come down here. Yeah.
And I think that's probably it. We're finishing off that cruiser. So that's done. Go here. And our plane, seaplane will go up here. Actually, our seaplane doesn't really matter, but it can actually go here as a factory.
You just gotta go to the shipyard.
Oh, does that have to go
Or
shipyard?
sorry, no, you're right, that's factory. I don't think there's any advantage putting them down there though. Oh, wait a minute, you put a dude down there. Your factory's only got capacity.
Oh, you're right. I did put a dude. Yes, never mind.
But anywhere where, yeah.
Yes, it did. It wasn't a militia, right? It was an infantry.
Yeah, so
No.
he's got to go.
No,
up
I shipped infantry down there. I shipped 2 of them. I didn't use the factory. That's what I used to transport.
there. Okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
It's time corrected.
And Italy gets, I think, $22
America's
again.
turn now.
All right. Big.
How much does
what
Italy
do I
get?
need?
$22. It gets 3
That
bonuses.
seems almost criminal to me. I think the Italians have set up some kind of, I don't know, like a mafia or something on Sicily.
Is that enough?
What is it?
11.
Ooh!
What does that have to be?
63?
Plus 4.
No, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
22.
It doesn't matter about the 4. That's why we're keeping that separate.
Oh, now I can just add it together.
Yeah. Well, depends. No. See, you don't get your peacetime bonuses anymore.
Yeah,
No. Now you're into wartime.
but that wasn't a peacetime bonus
Well, what was it?
for my Latin American countries.
Oh, for the Latin American countries, yeah. I thought you were counting your peacetime bonus on that one. Okay, so he has passed 63. So the Americans can declare war, which is really good for them because the Japanese never did get down to doing their surprise strike. I suppose they could still do it against the British if they wanted.
Well, okay.
Oh no, they can't because they're at war with Britain, yeah. But yeah, so the Americans are going to be safe from that surprise strike this game.
Totally forgot about it. That was my bad.
Well, you made a choice. You decided Sydney instead.
Well, I could have used it there.
Could have went
too.
either way.
Yeah.
Like if you'd gone over there, then you wouldn't have had
Yeah.
I
Sydney.
forgot tech again. Of course. With Britain.
You're not supposed to forget tech. You're supposed to research it.
No.
I researched it and then I totally
Well,
forgot what
British
it
aren't
was.
rolling very well this game.
What you get?
Advanced ASW?
That's the Americans?
No, British. I forgot to do it last turn.
Oh, well, the British you forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think, did I do my
So-
or my accounting for it?
I don't think you did your tech.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Not destined for it.
I got wartime economy,
Okay.
and I get.
Improved in construction.
Yes, I do.
You got it?
Yep.
Ooh, there you go. Now you can buy cheap boats. Cheap boats and facilities.
Alright, and since I didn't forget this time, I will do my Americans now.
Okay, so the American, yeah, okay, go ahead. So you forgot the British, that's why he's just doing it now. We play a gentleman's game here where we're learning and
Wartime.
where we allow them to go back.
Got it.
Wartime, Americans have got it.
Approved construction.
Like they needed the more money.
Approved construction.
You need a 7 on that one.
Got it.
Oh boy, the Americans are going to be building a navy. Heavy battleships?
Long range. Yeah, that's too heavy.
Heavy?
8.
Got it. Holy crap, look at the Americans.
Long range aircraft.
Okay, you need 7.
That's like. No, that's 4.
No, okay.
3.
You got advanced subs that are only 1 away.
Yeah, let's do advanced subs.
Okay, that's an 8.
Yep, got it.
Oh boy.
Jet fighters.
Jet fighters, okay.
Got it.
Did you get heavy bombers? Did you try that one?
Rolled yet?
Have you done 6 already though?
Nope.
So you didn't get it?
No, I got it.
You got heavy bombers?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That was.
5 out of 6 rolls. 2 turns in a row he did that. 5 out of 6 rolls. What a bastard.
Right. And I roll for wartime right now, right?
Well, you can now or at the end of your turn. Doesn't matter. Really should be the end of your turn, but $8. So the Americans are going to add 8 to the amount of money that they collect. And there's the stack they're going to spend right now.
I can spend that later.
Yes, you can't spend it now. That's for the next turn. So we'll come back when America figures out what they want to do. Okay, so the Americans got a big ass roll again. So their income went way up to 67. with their, that's without their wartime bonus. That's just because they got South American territories. Right, dude?
Righto.
And so they're going after the, is there only 2 boats left in there?
3.
3 boats: cruiser, destroyer, and a battleship.
Oh, that's your cruiser.
Oh, I see, there he is. He was hiding.
So I don't
Okay.
get one less.
You sneaky
Yeah.
bastard.
Oh, you know, those Italians, right?
So did you hit
Always
it?
switching sides.
Did you roll
I
yet?
just need to add 1 more fighter.
Where did that medium bomber end up landing? Oh, on the Canadian Islands there?
Yeah.
There? Yeah.
Canadian Canary Islands.
The Canadian Islands.
Canary Islands.
It's Canada Day in the Canary Islands. Yeah. Need 3 hits.
Well, you got 1.
Yeah.
You got him? Yeah, I think so.
And standard Italian Navy gives you 2 hits back.
What?
So if I take a hit on my carrier
Then you're gonna lose your.
planes,
Well, actually, you could land your planes on the Canary Islands,
I think I will.
right?
Yeah. And I will take a destroyer.
Okay. So the Italians come off the board. There we go. And the planes are going to land on the Canary Island because it's Canadian. And they're actually going to protect that medium bomber.
This is true.
Okay. So let me just take you around here. So the Americans have improved construction and a pile of money, not as much as they're going to have, but they started putting down heavy battleships, and they've got a fleet carrier. I think that that thing was there before the cruiser, though.
Yeah, those are both going on the board.
Oh, going on the board. Oh, you moved them up?
Yeah, that's what the money is.
Okay, so that's they should be over there. Okay. What you doing?
Missed.
Destroyer?
Yep.
4 or less. Oh, I did have a 4 and I got moved.
There it is.
Nope. The end of the Japanese Empire is nigh. Didn't have to be that way. We were just
So let's just walk around the board. Okay, so we'll just start with Germany, because this will be the end of the video after this section. Even though the KMT hasn't gone yet, nothing much going to happen with the KMT. So the Germans are playing with the lead of the Reich, and I don't think he placed anybody for the leader of the
I
Reich.
placed 2 units, the one in Madrid and then the one in Berlin.
Oh, but you haven't been looking and...
Oh, I've been looking.
Just haven't been interested. But anyway, they've also been playing with the Africa Corps. So those are the guys that you see in the Middle East down there. Plus there's a guy down there. He's in Cairo. But they're solidly in control of Europe over here. They've got, they actually have control over Spain and all of France except for Vichy and most of Europe. They've only got 1 more to annex, and that's, what is that, Bulgaria there?
Yeah.
So they can annex Bulgaria still. They've tried a sea lion attempt, and that was unsuccessful. Lots of naval battles happening out here. You see that that square there? That's where these things are. So that's what's left of Navy in the North Atlantic. In the Baltic Sea, though, the Germans still have 3 boats there, and the Russians have a bunch, and then there's some neutrals, although there is 1 torpedo boat destroyer for the British. What are the Canadians doing? You just bought them a fighter, right? Yeah. So the Americans have bought the Canadians a fighter, which is going to go on to that carrier there. So not much happening with that. And as we walk around, not much has happened lately in South America. Nobody's been rolling. Everybody's pretty much been happy with what they have. And Panzer King, I think he's just disgusted because he hasn't had any luck down there. So unsurprisingly, he has not tried lately. I wouldn't either if I was him. Like, it's mostly divvied up now. So, I mean, he could try Chile again, I suppose. But, yeah, the Italians, they were doing better. I'm not sure. Maybe they should have kept their navy in the Mediterranean where it was safe, right? Like they stuck their necks out and the Americans chopped it off. Nobody expected the Americans to get so many high rolls so quickly like that. It's just been in the last hour and a half that the Americans rolled from, it seems like 10 to 60 something.
Very true.
That's what happens when you get the 5 D12s for attacking Anzac, right? But still, they're still in control of the Mediterranean. But once the Russians get in the war, that's going to change things a little bit because the Turks will then come into play. I mean, the Turks can do whatever they want right now as it is, but I don't think they want to without the backup of the Russians. They would rather attack with the Russians than separately from them because their income is so low, right? Even if they declared war on a major power, then their income would only go to 3. It's only at 1 right now. If they had more income, then they might have more appetite for war, but they're waiting for Big Brother over there. The British, so I showed you the Italians have all of North Africa. The British and the French are in control of South Africa. And Abyssinia, of course. The the Middle East has gone to the British, although the FEC has branched out now. They've gone to Iran. So if they want, they can keep pushing over to Iraq. But the FEC looks pretty secure here right now. They got their navy down here. But there's a Japanese navy right beside it. Here, let's just get around Dan here as he ponders his KMT turn. You can see what's going on down here. It looks like the Japanese have run fresh out of infantry to attack Sydney with. So I would expect Sydney to come back because I don't think with the Americans in now and the Russians almost in, that the Japanese can continue to send units down to Anzac, right? Like they're going to have to go back up and they're going to have to defend their homeland. They're going to have to defend against the American ships. I just don't think that they can keep going down here, but you never know. I mean, Panzer King has surprised us so far in this game by attacking with the Italians, and you know, he hasn't played a game that we've been familiar with yet, so that's cool. I love this game for that reason. There's different things that you can do. Like that seems, at this point, it seems like a really good move by the Italians, attacking before anybody. You know, we all thought, okay, the Italians are just going to have to build up and build up. But they just took advantage of the fact that Dan had moved his navy out of the Mediterranean. And his navy, like he didn't, you kind of need a big one in there to oppose the Italians. And the Italian navy was broke up around the Mediterranean. There was in a bunch of different places, so it didn't look very substantial. And then it all came together at once and attacked Egypt there. And then, of course, they attacked Gibraltar, and that's all they needed to get Spain. Because once they had the Suez Canal and the Straits of Gibraltar, then Spain went to the Germans after the Nationalists had won the Civil War. So that's where we are. And we're going to leave it here. It's raining hard. I'm heading home. And that's the end of the Canada Day session. So thanks for joining us today, everyone. What did you buy for the KMT?
Infantry.
Did you buy an artillery as well?
No.
Man, he's building up pretty good in there. So that's pretty good. You can just, if you can just get that one warlord on your side, you can go up after the Japanese in Manchuria there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You should just declare war on that warlord there and then they go to me, and then I'll attack them. Seriously. Anyway, we're
Anyway,
leaving it here. Take care, everyone. General hand grenade out.